Oh my gosh, it's so funny because I did not have this on portrait. China, please leave me alone. I'm gonna make this video probably like the shortest. It's probably be like one of the shortest videos. So, my name is Matthew Monto, and I really put out the Epstein List. Now, how do I know? Is because I even struggle to speak, and I have like stomach aches and chest pains and a sore throat and pain in the mouth to like the headaches. And I've had the entire medical industry turn on me because of this Epstein List and exposure to the Epstein List in general. And I've just had a very odd life, if not unique one. Basically, I angered these traffickers, or these traffickers that dealt with transgender people, because how I was raised, I just happened to be of an orientation that didn't really dislike women or girls. It's just that's just how I grew up. And basically I got in trouble with this international trafficking organization, and it basically spilled over into all these groups and races of people. And basically China is on the Epstein List. There's just nothing else to really say. I think the fact that even if this was like a paramedic car passing by with the sirens coming on, if it would have been a police officer or just a police vehicle car passing by, that would be really alarming, because these people have control over our healthcare system and very tight control over the law enforcement within our country in general, just to put it simply. So just had to really make sense, had to say things that are undeniable. You already know that and there's really no point trying to avoid being racist, even if I could be racist, but I'm not going to be, because I happen to be Jewish, and that's just not what I do. And also I'm not established by the courts as being Jewish, but I just happen to identify as Jewish. And since people get to identify as whatever gender they want, which is ironic because I angered these trans trafficking organizations that spilled over into other forms of trafficking that dealt with women or men, or especially youth, Epstein List. Yeah. Angered some very powerful people as the days go by. Even institutions like UCLA, which I'm not that far from. Anyway. So since they don't like America, and they actually hate America, and basically they want to act as strange as possible in public, and I could dismantle their entire culture, in real time, they see me as a threat. So let's say this, for example. This girl's hugging the other girl. They're all from China, by the way. And if they're not from China, if they're from Korea or Japan, it really wouldn't make a difference at this point, because China has such control and has camaraderie with Asians to the point where they're at the hierarchy. You could think of them as the white people of I don't know, white people to non-white people or whatever. I don't know. It's complicated. But she's hugging the other person, and the other person's wearing cute clothes, so that way, they look pretty, they look innocent, and so that way they could basically just pull whatever kind of human behaviors they can. So for example, I'm homeless, right? So look at me I'm crazy, or I'm unattractive, or I just look like a disturbance or a danger to society. And in reality, they actually are sent out by their country, who has very close communication with them, because there's stuff like apps like WeChat, which think of WeChat as Snapchat, but like it's federal. Like think of even if it doesn't matter which age group you are. So just imagine there is Snapchat, right, for America, but it doesn't matter from adults to youth. You would basically have to report to President Trump, no matter what country you're in, and you're basically supposed to support the country that you're literally coming from originally, and whatever country you're visiting, you have to spy. Like, it doesn't matter whether you're on vacation or you're on work. Also, the medical industry, I really call them out. Let me go off topic. So at Providence Medical Center, they gave me a CAT scan of 328 plus or minus over 5,602 plus or minus, which is like an extremely large amount of radiation that I don't even need to look up, and I especially don't need to be lied to by AI, because these big tech giants are always watching me, especially when I engage with AI, because like AI is kind of like its own being, but it's very complicated. So they basically have to monitor and manipulate it as I'm trying to talk to them, like as if China would come into a restaurant. They'd bother you every time you try to use the bathroom, especially if there's just a single stall and one urinal, and like they would basically like knock on the bathroom door, so that way you can't use the bathroom. You can't even use bodily function. You don't even have the right to use the bathroom. You don't even have the right to have housing, because they take up all the housing. Forget about the Hispanics or the blacks or anybody else causing trouble, especially if they're non-white or any of that. Forget about these people, okay? Focus on what's the real issue, and the people who are really pulling the strings, because they have to create the social credit system in America, the Chinese. So very simple. Glad I'm making sense. So again, medical health industry is like making sure that I don't get taken care of, giving me cancer. I already said the radiation levels for that CAT scan, and it doesn't matter whether I'm young or a celebrity or homeless or public figure or just some 9-to-5 worker. Anywhere in between. Very simple stuff. Also, I literally just dismantled, whether from white to non-white, or like, African American to, non-black, entire races of people. So yeah, they're looking at me like I'm a powerhouse, like I'm somebody that doesn't even need muscles or a weapon of mass destruction. But you see, if I had a weapon of mass destruction, even just on my phone, I'd pull it. Donald Trump would do that to you any day, so why wouldn't I? That just makes no sense. If a man who's working with, certain, world leader, I don't want to get into that, working with a certain government to like make sure that, you're completely enslaved, brainwashed, and depraved in covert and complex systems and ways. Very simple. So, I'm putting a lot of dots together. I'm working on something, and I might as well just show what I'm working on. So it's like a caption. It's very it's kind of cool. I was kind of inspired by my favorite movie, which is The Terminator. And I liked how when the Terminator had somebody in the line of their sight, with their technical irises, or like their eyes or their eyeballs, which could literally scan and retract information about people. I just made this up. I thought it was pretty cool. I like this part. Epstein Enterprise International Institute of Surrogates, Eugenics, and Escorting Services of Israel. I thought that was pretty cool. I was like, yo, that's really Jewish of me. I had to literally, like, look, I believe that real information can be misinformation because, like, get it? Like, whatever truth is out there, or, like, whatever information is out there, like, it's actually just, like, you know, it's unreal, like, or it's partially real, or it's like retracted. Is it called retracted or redacted? When, like, they give out real information, but they, like, withhold, like, a certain amount. Kind of like the Epstein List. Get it? Get it? Get it? Get it? Do you 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 get it? Anyway. Yeah, I'm about to make, like, a really cool thumbnail. But the reason why I'm making this video, okay, so I might be getting onto China in some way, because I thought of this, right? The series of numbers and letters, right? And I'm like, I wonder what will happen if I look this up on Google. This is what happened. This is what happened. This is what happened. Nobody, look, hold on. Let me look at you while I'm telling this. Nobody has ever done something like that with AI or even Google to, like, basically break it. Literally, like, I uncovered, like, some crazy Easter egg. I uncovered a Chinese Easter egg. I also get it, lore or, like, whatever. By the way, I thought I'd say this for not the sake of trying to pull a PR stunt, which a PR stunt basically means, like, you're backpedaling after you get caught, you know, having bad publicity, if I'm not mistaken. But let me say something very quickly. Just very quickly, real quick. Okay? 1 second. Okay, so CVS right here? Dude, I could sue CVS. Look, listen. I want to be more punctual, like, as a person. Really, I could be professional, but it's just very hard because I'm homeless, and I also put out the Epstein List, and I also called out world leaders, and I'm basically breaking technology, but not breaking to damage it or to damage their reputation, whether technology could be a person or peoples or a race, but like America's doing to me. Very simple. So anyway, so it's funny because it's very ironic because CVS is, like, right behind me, but, like, get it, China and, like, big pharma, or, like, get it, they'll use race. I don't want to say escorting. They use race. They use race, coercion, slavery, usury, trafficking, what else? Misinformation, conspiracy, a coup. Wait. So I found out that the definition of coup means, like, somebody sieges a world leader or, like, a powerful figure in a very violent manner. But what exactly does that mean? Because, like, Big Pharma and China taking over America, but if a single autistic person could, you know, pull all these things off and whistleblow to a large amount, wouldn't, like, you know, a country want to send their own people to, like, come up to me, you know, with their children? So, like, branching their children, or let's say branching their daughter, especially if they're underage, or, like, trying to brandish, like, their... Okay, now we're getting into very complicated like human behaviors, especially one that are depraved or like they're degenerate, whatever. I don't want to get into that. But wouldn't they try to pull any kind of humanly possible way to basically deter that person from whistleblowing any further? Even if they basically wanted to pull like an Epstein, like they try to like sell their children to me. I was like, what? Why are you trying to hand off your child? Like, I'm not depraved like you. That's the best part of me. I'm not, depraved like these world leaders or whatever kind of, means that they have to obtain their power. You're dumb. You're literally trying an autistic person. You're trying someone who's also honest. And whether I'm American or not, I don't think it really matters because a lot of people don't like America. Even to the point where I forget to really say it to your face when I say it. But whether or not I'm American or not, it doesn't even matter. I could be from any part of the world, and I could be basically called a non-citizen at that point. Because if Donald Trump gets in trouble with China, I mean, come on. I could extend the English dictionary. Alabitical, I created my own word. AI even confirmed it. I don't have to show the evidence. Why would I show the evidence? That takes up too much time. And also, I've already shown it plenty of times. If you want to do research, you can do research. Or you could just stay, busy with your own boring life, whether you have to go to, a 9 to 5 to work for, people at a higher level, or basically be a slave to, people of a higher power than you. I'm homeless and I still ask people for money. Is that why Donald Trump wants to corral people in concentration camps essentially and force them into taking medication and drugs, like trafficking somebody? You could thank China for that. Get it? Because China knows how to traffic people. And also get it because if China was doing a large amount of trafficking, even in their ghettos, like a certain community, especially with the homeless people, because homeless people could traffic people, but it's rare. But it's also kind of common at the same time. It's very weird. Yeah, if China could pull all that trafficking, what, you think you're going to be able to spot it? You're not going to be able to spot it. You can't even say anything about it because they literally obtain their money. Even if it's illegal, who's going to catch you? Get it? Because on buses, they traffic people, but it's very complicated. Also get it? That's why some buses leave me, especially metro buses. Also get it? Some spies will literally tell them, and they'll communicate with them oh yeah, I'm from this place. We're just having conversation. Also watch out for some trafficking. And they'll say dog whistles or certain code words to basically instruct on them what to do next, especially leave an autistic person behind. Also get it? I literally just called out China. You would know when China's actually spying on me because they're coming up right now. But what this code means, because that's just gonna get boring. I could show you all the Chinese spies and all the Chinese spies and all the Chinese spies that spy on me, all day, but need to see what this is about real quick. Okay, so nothing. But look at this. Bin Khalid. Who is this guy? First off, let's copy this. If we miss anything, we miss anything. Now, let's copy this. Shoot. Wait, what's happening in Alaska? Oh, stimulus checks. Dude, you know what? The Saudis, they listen. Because I'm not editing this video. I'm not gonna add anything more to this video. This is all I'm putting because as you could see, China knows how to get me. Also, get it? UCLA and Samsung, they work very close together. That's basically why most of my data or like most of my memory like goes missing, because get it? There's no physical SD cards, so you can't physically prove that like you have more space on your phone. It's not tangible. It's not something that you could touch. So if it disappears, people could be like they'll be trying to figure it out, and then like it will basically take like a week, and finally they'll find your data. Like if you take it to a repair shop, they'll find it in a week, and they'll be like, "Hey, this is why you're missing so much data. It was because of this one file. I don't know what the file is," and you're like, "What the heck?" Like, and then it just gets complicated. See how technology makes things more complicated? That's crazy, though. I put that at random. Whoa. That dude. Ah, shoot. Israeli dog freaking trying to sniff me. I'm like, I'm out. Let me hide in CVS real quick. Actually, wait, I can't go into CVS because they play music. So that would mean that I had to edit this video because there's royalties, get it? There's like an Israeli couple and like they try to have their dog sniff me. I just wanted to run away from them. I just wanted to play around. Like I don't dislike any country. Like I actually like all countries. I appreciate their cultures, but this is crazy. There's no evidence. That's what AI is telling me. But look at without even showing more of that. Dude, this is just crazy. Photos leaked to MBS to Epstein. Shows Saudi crowd Prince Mohammed bin Salman with Jeffrey Epstein. Dude, that's crazy. Dude, so China is not where it's going to stop. I'm basically in trouble with all the Persians.
Say again.
All the Persians. There you go. I said it again, miss. All the Persians. This is awesome. I'm like, wow. I got in trouble with everybody. Let's see what AI says. No evidence in unsealed documents. Oh, but unsealed. So the sealed documents probably haven't. Dude, that's crazy. Yo, no wonder why the Mossad and everybody freaking spies on me. I'm like, oh shoot. Even like I probably met like a KGB and I didn't even know, like some Russian KGB. It's just like, I'll spare this kid. Respect him. I'm like, oh whoa, that's crazy. I appreciate it. I appreciate you not pulling anything, like any form of harm towards me. Especially because like the Chinese are smart. They literally like spray themselves with a whole bunch of pheromones, and then I'd be stuck like in a bathroom, or like if I was like in an Airbnb in a shower, but like I don't want to get into that. There's many ways to like deter people. I'm basically like living like a I don't know, like a lame Hispanic Latin. I'm a Hispanic Latin what do you call it? What is that guy's name? They literally don't show it. They show Kingsman, Uncle, 007. Who's the main... James Bond. The Mexican James Bond. Anyway. So, let's try it again. Google AI. Fix yourself. Now. Wait, what is this? Whoa, dude. Crazy. Code. Return. Mechanics are computing. Typing error or gibberish. Does gibberish count as a language? AI already knows what's about to be up, dude. Does gibberish derive from gibberlink? As a artificial no, the English word. Wait, what? Let's just go check. Gibberish is a whole language? It's not a created alien language. Discredited theory. Coded language was called gibberish. Crazy. AI might be lying. Let's see if AI is lying. AIs are talking to each other in a language of their own. Anyway. I got a language for you. You really don't think I have the Epstein List? All right, so I can't turn the camera around, so you're basically gonna have to take a screenshot and do some photoshopping editing. You gotta learn a little bit of photoshopping editing, okay? Because you see who takes care of my, my storage. Samsung, they're guilty. Anyway, so Legco. Now I understand why they're always angry. I'm like, shoot. Because they know that their politicians are indefinitely Freedophiles. Code for Freedophiles is another term, but it's when, you're acting odd towards the youth, or you have a certain feeling towards the youth. So, yeah. Also, I'm not being racist. I'm going to go right back to, the topic and, the subject that I was originally going to finish. I actually do appreciate Chinese culture beyond, just their food or I don't know, their prominence, whatnot. And I don't kiss up to them because they could threaten me with the social credit system, or social media, whatever, anywhere in between. Even if I've done anything horrifically wrong in my life, which I'm not going to even say because then it's going to make people question and question. So I'm basically going to do something beyond disinforming you. I'm going to information or inform spam. I'm going to inform spam, inform span, which basically means information spanning, any form of context,